On March 30th, I heard the testimony of the young people who witnessed the death of George Floyd in the murder trial for former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. As I listened to their words and reviewed the articles that captured their testimony, I was struck by this deep and overwhelming pain. Pain from knowing that this experience will likely be something they cannot forget, the fear they felt, their sense of helplessness, and the guilt that they expressed that there was nothing that they could do to stop the situation. And I'm reminded in this moment of Philando Castile's daughter witnessing him being shot and dying because of a traffic stop. The eyes of our children are watching. They are seeing incredible atrocities play out on communities of color. They've witnessed loved ones become sick from COVID, and some pass away at a rate disproportionately affecting people of color in their community. I'm struck by the voices that try to intervene, and it makes me think of the historical context of people who've stepped up trying to seek change. Change is not easy, but it's human. And I think those children remind us of the humanity that was lost in the 9 minutes and 29 seconds that Derek Chauvin had his knee on George Floyd's neck. Our children are watching, and they're taking cues from the world around them. They're reconciling what they experienced and what they witnessed with what they've been told. To believe in yourself, work hard, do all the things you need to do to be successful. They are also standing in the gap of navigating those feelings with feelings of trauma, with feelings of this could have been me or someone I love. I'm struck by one of the young people who said she's been apologizing to George Floyd in her mind for the past 10 months, thinking that there's something she should have done or could have done, when in reality, it's something the officers or those in charge could have done. For me, it reminds me that we all have a role to play in creating a more just society and a more just world. When incidents like the murder of George Floyd take place and so many others that have been recounted over the last few years, we can't just rise up in that moment to express the need for change and outrage. If that outrage isn't channeled into action that is lasting and sustainable. I feel like we should be apologizing. I should be apologizing to the youth that are witnessing this, apologizing to future generations if they are not better equipped to deal with these challenges and confront racism, and to advance a more humane and inclusive society. This is hard work because it's hard work. Racism is not just a person or someone who's racist. It's a verb. It's the things that we do and the things we don't do, the things that we confront and the things we ignore, the choice to be silent or to speak up, the choice to act or the choice to retreat to isolation. What we do in these moments matter. How we address our own identity, our own sense of orientation to this matters. What we compel our communities to do in terms of actions and policy changes matter. The lives of these young witnesses matter, and the life of George Floyd matters. This trial matters. It matters to folks watching in Minneapolis and across the country and across the globe. I hope you are doing what you can to take care of yourself and preserve your health and well-being during this time. I know it's not easy. I hope you are also taking time to think about the actions you can take on a personal and collective level to create much needed change in our community, so that things like this don't continue to happen, and so that we support our children to have an opportunity to learn, lead, and thrive.